Welcome everybody, my name is Dominique and today's workout will be a arm and ab Pilates with weights workout. For this workout, we will use weights and combine traditional strength training principles with those of mat Pilates principles. For this workout, I have chosen to stack wrist weights with dumbbells, and it's completely up to you if you would like to do the same to increase the weight, or you can keep with just wrist weights, or you can keep with just dumbbells. It's completely customizable for whatever it is that you need today. So we will get started facing towards the front of the mat. I did place one dumbbell on each side. You can go ahead and do the same so they're ready for you whenever we want to grab them. And we'll just sit back on the heels. As always, we'll take just a quick moment to center, to bring ourselves to the present moment, to work on controlling the breath, and to bring awareness to the body. So you can rest your hands on top of the thighs, integrity through the spine, chin parallel to the earth. And just take a couple of moments here to feel the breath and to notice where you are in space. Bringing awareness to the body. Then wherever you are in your breath cycle, empty the breath completely. Together we inhale through the nose, open mouth, sigh, let that go. Natural cadence with the breath. And we will start with our warm up. Go ahead and bring the hands to the earth. Make sure that the fingers are wide so you can evenly distribute the weight through the hands. Then step one foot back, then the other, so you're in a plank pose. Press up and away from the mat. You want to think that you're separating the shoulder blades, squeeze through the glutes, lift the kneecap, zip up through the inner thighs, gaze is down, neutral neck. We hold here in our plank. It's a full body warm up. Continue to breathe. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Down dog. Shift the hips up and back. And then you can take a little bit of a wider stance with the feet if you would like. Now we have a little bit of a flow. We shift forward to a plank. As you exhale, shift back, down dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Exhale, shift back, down dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Exhale, shift back, down dog. Keep moving. Again, full body warm up here. Definitely feeling this in the shoulders, the arms, the chest, the core. We have a few more, and then we'll move into our strength training movements. We have 3 more shifts back to down dog. Last 2. Last 1 here. Then shift forward into a plank. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees to the earth. We come into a tabletop. Hands will be underneath the wrist. We will start with 1 weight in right hand. Your knuckles will face towards the front of the mat and your palm will face towards the back. Lift up and away from the mat, engage the core, knit the ribs in, and then we'll row up, lower, down. Row up, lower, down. Row up, lower, down. The core helps to keep us stable. Neutral neck. Lots going on here. Try to connect the breath to the movement if you can, slow and controlled. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Now this time we'll flip the palm in so it faces towards the left side of the mat. Bend your elbow, bring your arm in towards the side, squeeze it into the right side of the body. Then tricep kick back, press the weight back, release. Press it back, release, press it back, and release. Keep moving here. Again, neutral neck. Check in with your core. Are the ribs knitting in? Keep breathing. Last few. Give me 2 more. Last one. Lower the weight down. Now you'll flip it right back to how we did in the beginning for the rear delt row. Make sure you're pressing up and away from the mat. You'll lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Check in with your hips. Are they both framing down towards the mat? Just a few more and then we go right back in to the tricep kickback. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Palm comes in towards the left side of the mat. Bend the elbow, hug the right arm into right side body. Kick the weight back, bring it down. Kick it back, bring it down. Kick it back. Bring it down. Keep moving. Control the weight. Shakes are starting to come in. You came here to work. A few more. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Yes, I know. We have 1 more round. Lower the weight. Palm is back towards the mat. You can always drop the dumbbell if you have both wrist weights and the dumbbell. Adjust how you need. We lift and lower, lift and lower. So you want to bring your elbow into a 90-degree angle. Trying not to rush this one. Yes, I know. We'll be coming up shortly. I know the left arm is working too. You can do it. Woo! Last 3, 2, and 1. Then we go right into our press back. Hug the elbow in, kick it back, bring it down. Kick it back, bring it down, kick it back, bring it down. Yes, you can. Check in with your core. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the weight down, sit back on the heels. We interlace the fingers to low back, roll shoulders up towards the ears, slide them down. Take a breather. At the same time, we're opening up through the shoulders. Last round of breath. Then go ahead and release. We're moving to the other side. So this time our right arm will be supporting us. This side will be harder because we've already worked both the arms. Again, press up and away from the mat. Weight is evenly distributed through right hand. And we want to make sure we're lifting up right out of right wrist to avoid any pain in right wrist. So dumbbell comes into left hand, palm faces towards the back of the mat. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Check in with your core. Help stabilize. Also find the breath. Last 3, 2, 1. Bring the weight so that it is in line with the long side of the mat, so your palm will face towards the right. Bend the elbow, hug your left arm into left side of the body, kick it back. Release, kick it back, release, kick it back. Neutral neck here. I know I'm repeating some of the same cues, but there's a reason why. Sometimes we get caught up in the movement and we forget either the inactive or the secondary active muscles. Last one here. Then we go back to the row. Bring the weight down. You can adjust if you need. Lift and lower. Sweat is dripping. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Again, 90-degree angle with the left elbow. Make sure that as you're lifting your left hand, your left hip does not open up. Last 3, 2, 1. Palm towards right side of mat, bend the elbow, tricep kick back. Extend and bend, extend and bend. Keep moving. This is continuous. Last 2, last 1. Again, lower the weight. This is our last round. We lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Yes, you can. Find your breath. You can close your eyes here if you would like. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round of the tricep kickbacks. Lift the elbow, extend and bend. Extend, bend, extend, bend. Keep moving. Yes, you can. Dig deep. Embrace the shakes. Just a few more. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Lower the weight, sit back on the heels. Again, we interlace the fingers at low back, opposite grip this time. Roll shoulders up towards the ears, slide them down. This time we'll open up through the chest. You can arch through low back if you would like. Woo. Stretch feels really good. Oh, we'll take a moment. Neutral low back, hand packet comes over towards left hip. Pull left elbow towards the back of the mat. This might be enough for you, stay here. If not, you can open up through right side of the neck to get a little bit of a deeper stretch through right shoulder. Then release if you lowered the ear, hand packet to low back, switch to the other side, pull your right elbow back. You can stay here or drop right ear. And release. And hand packet comes to low back. Hands on top of the thighs, a few shoulder rolls. We'll do 3 back, and then 3 forward. So this time, we come up onto our knees, grab your weights. We will move through a hammer curl into a shoulder press. So you'll lift the weights up, curl, but they'll kind of come a little bit more than a traditional curl, and then you'll press them overhead, lower down, release. Curl and press, lower, release. Curl and press, lower, release. Keep moving here. It's one fluid movement. Make sure you're squeezing through your glutes. Zip up through the inner thighs so your lower body is helping with stability. At the same time, core is engaged. Knit the ribs in. Everything's working here. Try not to expand the rib cage up as you lift the weights overhead. We have one more and then we'll move into our second part of the series. Once the weights come down alongside the body, we'll move into an oblique crunch over towards the right, lift up, over towards the left. Lift up, over towards the right, lift up, over towards the left, lift up. So each time you bend, no matter what side it is, you want to think up and over. And then you just reverse that as you come through center. Up and over, reverse that as you come to center. So we're working to create space through the spine and also through the sides of the body. We have a few more here, and then we move back into the curl and press movement. Control to each side. Your glutes are still squeezing. Inner thighs are zipped up. Last one to each side, and then we add the curl and press. So we come through center, curl and press, lower, release, curl and press, lower, release, curl, press, lower, release. Keep moving. It's easy to move with momentum. Try to move with just muscle. Minimize the momentum as much as you can. Sometimes that takes time and building strength. That's exactly what we're here to do, is build strength. Knit the ribs in. Do not let go of your core. It's helping to keep us stable. And again, we're using some Pilates principles here. Neutral low back, neutral pelvis, squeeze the glutes, zip up through the inner thighs, knit the ribs in. Again, some of the same cues all throughout the practice. They're just reminders. Last one, and then we go back into the oblique crunch. I actually call these penguins because as we go side to side, it reminds me of a penguin. So we go over towards the right, lift, up and over towards the left. Lift, up and over towards the right, come to center, up and over towards the left, come to center. Keep moving, keep breathing. Perhaps you find a focal point that helps to keep you centered and focused. So as we get tired, it's very easy to want to move at a faster pace. Try to keep the same pace throughout. We have a few more, then we have one more round of our curl and press. Last two on each side. Last one. We come back to center, curl, press, lower, release, curl, press, lower, release, curl, press, lower, release. Keep moving. I don't know about you, my glutes are burning. They're still there. Dig deep here. Notice what changes, knowing that this is our last round of this movement. Does that help you find a little bit more strength, a little bit more power? Last few here. Last three. Last two. Last one, then we have one more set of the penguins. Lower down, weights alongside the body, lift up and over towards the right, come back to center, up and over towards the left, come back to center. Keep moving here. At this point, heart rate is probably lifted. Perhaps there's some heat all through the body. Notice, bring awareness, connect. We have a few more to each side. Lift up and over, back to center, up and over, back to center. Last 3 to each side. Last 2. Last 1. Sit back on the heels, release the weights towards the top third of the mat. And then we'll move into a mermaid stretch. I'm just gonna twist and face you. So right hand comes down onto the mat, extend left arm overhead, rock the hips over towards the left. You can even roll out your left wrist here if you would like. Release back through center. We move to the other side. Left hand is down, right hand overhead. Roll throughout the wrist. Hips are over towards the right. And release. So for this next series, we will have our glutes on the mat, knees are bent, and feet will be planted. So you can think of this as kind of like a boat pose with feet planted on the earth for our next movement. So we'll start with a bicep curl and then we'll move into twists. So for the bicep curl, we will have both weights. For the twist, it's up to you if you would like to keep both weights or if you would like to drop one. So we will lean back, find that point where there's total core engagement, and then one weight in each hand, flip the palms up towards the ceiling, curl, release, curl, release. Keep moving here. Gravity is definitely making this one a little bit more difficult. You may have seen people do this at the gym on a bench. We have no support here. That's why we're really channeling our core engagement to help keep us stable. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Now bring the weights into the center, twist to the left, all the way over towards the right. Over towards the left, over towards the right, over towards the left, over towards the right. Try to squeeze the inner thighs together. Again, zip up through the inner thighs. Continuous movement here. Sometimes it's hard to not shift the legs, so try to focus on keeping them stable. Last 3, 2, 1, and then we go right into the bicep curl. So we come back through center, extend the arms, curl, and release. Curl, release, curl, release. Try to squeeze the shoulder blades together, broad through the chest. Lots going on here. Give me a few more, and then we go right back into the twists. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Lift, weights in, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. So this time we started on the right side instead of the left side, so remember that as you're moving from side to side through the count. Again, inner thighs together, zip up. Woo. Last 3. Last 2, I'm right here with you. Last 1. One more round, come to center, extend the weights, bend, release, bend, release. Oh my goodness. Yes, you can. You'll be so proud of yourself when you're done. Keep moving, just a few more curls, and we're back into the twists, and then we lie on our back. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Lift, bring the weights in, twist to the left, to the right, holy moly, left, to the right, yes I know, left, to the right. Find your breath, dig deep. Perhaps you close your eyes, stay focused, stay controlled. Almost there. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Back to center, release the weights, hug the knees. Whew. Take a breather. Oh my goodness. And then from here, we'll keep the chin tucked to the chest, arms alongside the body, roll yourself down. You can drag the weights with you. If you wound up off-centered, make your way to the center. Knees are bent. So for the first part of the series, we'll start with the feet planted. The second part, we will lift them up. So feet planted, knees bent, neutral spine, neutral pelvis, grab the weights, bend at the elbows. Elbows come in towards the sides of the body. Press up, lower down. Press up, lower down. Press up, lower down. Ribs still knit in here. Core is still engaged. We have a few more, and then we will hold the weights up towards the ceiling and add in the legs. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Weights stay up towards the ceiling. Lift the feet off the earth. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Point through the toes. Tap, lift. Tap, lift. Tap, lift. Keep the ribs knitting in here. Try not to cone through the core. Find your breath. Focus. Connect. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Plant the feet on the earth. Lower the elbows in towards the sides. Press up, lower, press, lower, press. Keep moving here. Neutral neck. Core is still engaged. Keep moving. We have a few more and then we move right back into the second part of the series. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Hold the weights up towards the ceiling. Lift the feet off the earth. Tap, lift. Tap, lift. Tap, lift. Keep moving here. Squeeze the inner thighs. Zip up through the inner thighs, up through midline. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Plant the feet, bend the elbows, press. Bend the elbows, press. Bend the elbows, press. Keep moving here. This is our last round, and we have a stretch. Control the movement. Last 4, last 3, last 2, last 1, and we hold the weights up towards the ceiling. Lift the feet, point the toes, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift. Last exercise. Give it all you got. Focus on your form. Connect with your core. We have a few more rounds here, and then we're done. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Plant the feet, bend the elbows, lower the weights down, extend through the legs and the arms. Find a full body stretch here. Point through the toes. Ooh, let that go. Start to walk the feet in towards the glutes, then bring the knees into the chest. Start to rock left and right. And find stillness. Plant through the feet. Extend the arms overhead. Then very slowly roll yourself up. You'll cross at the feet, come into a simple seat. I'll turn and face you. And then we'll bring one arm across the chest. This time we stretch the back of the shoulder. Release, switch it out, other side. Release, so we go into a tricep stretch, left side. Oh man, that one feels good. Whew. Release, right arm. Release, interlace the hands low back. One more time, this time we fold. See if you can lift the hand packet up behind you. Perhaps you feel this through the biceps. Then release. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Please be sure to leave a comment, to hit the like button, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.